Hello there, it's Jay here from Jay's Vintage Junk, and I received a package in the post this morning, and it's very light package. I have a feeling this might be the replacement OPL2 chip for that ADLIB sound card clone that we've been playing about with. So I thought what we'd do is we'd see if this is going to be the problem with it. I've got the computer set back up here now. I'll just put you over onto the computer. So it's this old DEC, digital DEC 486 that we're using for a test bed for this. I'll just run Duke Nukem 2, give you an idea what it's sounding like with the old chip in it. Then we'll shut this off. Oh, I'm just hoping it is what I think it is, and we have got the new chip for it in there. And we'll see what it sounds like again with that new chip installed. So let's run this. As you can tell, it sounds pretty awful. It definitely doesn't sound right. We'll get out of that. We'll shut this computer down. We'll just put the keyboard down, and we'll see if we've got the new chip in here. I'll just touch. I haven't got my anti-static strap on, so what we'll do. This computer's all plugged in, so the metalwork is ground. So if we hold on to that while we open this, we're not going to have any worry about damaging the IC. Alright, let's have a look, see how well they've packaged it. Okay, fair enough. We've got a little not anti-static bag there, but at least the IC itself is in a piece of chip tube. Again, it's not ideal, but it's better than I've seen a lot. Put that on there. Right, let's get the old IC out and we'll stick that in. I think we should actually be able to do it with the board still in situ. In fact, I'll zoom you in, see if you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Let's get you down. Let's just see if we can zoom you in. Let's see if we can get you down a little bit further. There we go. So this is basically what we're working on. Let's pop the old OPL chip out. Hopefully, I think I can do this quite safely without taking it out, even just using a screwdriver here, because there's nice, easy access to the IC. In fact, I'm blocking what I'm doing there, right? I'm just going to go in and just gently lift the IC up. It would probably be easier if I did take it out of the board, but I think we can do it. There we go. There we are. That's out. And of course, it wouldn't have been that easy if I hadn't have installed those IC sockets. Like I said, the kit didn't come with them. The only socketed IC was the GAL there. But when I built it, I decided I was going to put everything in a socket, just in case I had to do anything in the future. Like I say, it's a good job I did, really. Alright, we'll touch that again. We'll keep my hand on there so we're definitely grounded, because you are potentially causing a little bit of static while peeling the tape off. So if I'm holding it and I'm touching ground, then that static can't build up. There we go, that's the tape off, get rid of that. And we'll just push the... And we have the... It does look like that's a nice genuine IC anyway. That's the one worry with this, is that are you buying a genuine part or not? But I did buy this from a UK seller, and it's a 29th week in 91, so it's a new old stock part. I'm quite confident that's... I don't know whether them legs are new or they've been redressed with solder. This could be a pulled part actually. Didn't say that on the listing, it did sell it as new. But those legs, they look like they might have been redressed with solder. Let's plug it in and see if we've made a difference anyway. Well, the legs are a bit... I'll have to just bend the legs in a little bit. Which does make you think they are, it's never been in a socket before. Unless they're splaying the legs back out to make them look new when they're not. I don't know. Let's stick that in. There we go. Make sure it's the right way in, which it is. All pins are in. There we go. There we are. That's the new Yamaha chip installed, the OPL2 chip, or as you would call it, a YM3812. We've got the old one up there. We'll just keep that to the time being. I won't throw it away just yet. Right. Let's try the computer again. A bit of noise through the speakers, but I'll let the computer boot back up. Right, let's have a let's try that again. Just got to get back into Duke 2. Right, let's see if this has made a difference. Does that sound better or not? Let's try something else. You sure you want to quit? Yes. Right, let's try. We'll try Wolfenstein 3D because I know what that should sound like. That still didn't sound right. Right, well, it's come up as an ADLIB. I'll just get you up on the screen a bit so you can see, you're not just staring at a computer. We've got Wolfenstein up there. Let's try that. Does that sound better? Still don't think that sounds right. Does it not sound very, very muffled? I mean, see if we can get to someone. Where is he? There he is. The sound effects don't sound too bad, but the music sounds really, really messed up still. Definitely sounds still very, very messed up. Let's get out of that. I mean, that sounds a bit more... In fact, I've got an idea here. What I'm going to do, just to see, No, I haven't got another ADLIB card we can use, but what I have got, I've got the sound card that's normally in this computer, which I've got in an anti-static bag here, which is this, it's a Crystal Audio, like Sound Blaster clone. Now this has got ADLIB compatibility on it. I mean, it's not going to sound exactly right, but let's just throw this back in the computer and just see what this sounds different. What the if we just use the ADLIB, say on like Wolf 3D there, and we'll just see what it we'll just see what that sounds like. See if we've got any difference. In fact, that'll be a good test with the Duke Nukem 2. Actually, I think. So we'll whip out this. This ADLIB card. So I think we've got another fault. Now let's take that out. Let's put that to one side. And like I say, it would be better if I had another ADLIB, just stock ADLIB card to try. But like I said, the only one I've got is somewhere buried in the depths. But as seeing this is, like I said, this has ADLIB compatibility on it. At least we can see a rough idea. There we go. Right, which speaker out on it? I think it's that one at the end there. Right, switch that on. Turn it up a little bit. Right, let's try this again. That's it, it's Duke 2, isn't it? 2. Is it now? NUKEM2. Now I'm guessing that's what it should sound like. Unless it's auto detected that as a sound blaster. Get out of that. And what we will do is we'll just go into Wolf 3D, because I know that you can just set the ADLIB up and you can make sure it doesn't use the Sound Blaster side of it, and we'll see what that sounds like. But I think I'm pretty sure that there's still definitely something wrong with that sound card. CD. As that's showing up as that. Let's see. Oh, hang on. So we can change that. Sound. I don't think it'll let you. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping it'd allow you to just select ADLIB rather than Sound Blaster, but it doesn't look like you can. So obviously it's picking it up, the fact that it is a Sound Blaster. I just wanted to see if it had run the ADLIB side of it. I don't think I've got anything here that's just got ADLIB sound. I think everything would pick up as a sound blaster. Possibly Lemmings. I think that's in movie directory. CD backslash. Let's have a look at this. I have to run CGA Lemmings for some reason because it won't run the VJ version on this computer for some reason. But we're more interested in the sound than anything else. Now I'm guessing that's working as ADLIB. So what we should really do is stick the other card back in and listen to Lemmings, shouldn't we? Switch that off. Let's switch back to the other sound card and we'll run Lemmings again like that and see what that sounds like, because that was a pretty good indication of what the ADLIB should sound like. So unfortunately with them other games I think it is literally just picking up the fact that is actually a Sound Blaster compatible, and I can't switch that off and just use the ADLIB component of it. We'll stick this back in and we'll just run CGA Lemmings and see what that sounds like on this sound card, because like I said, I think that is just using the ADLIB aspect. Right, that's in there like that. So if this sounds exactly the same with this card, oops. If this sounds exactly the same with this card, then we know that probably this card is alright and they just don't sound very good. Right, so we've got CD, new stuff, and then it's CD. And then we want it's CJ Lemmings that works. Let's have a listen. Right, so we'll do exactly the same again. F1. I can't hear a lot of difference, can you? I suppose the only thing I could really try, see, we've put a new Yamaha chip in it, and that's not really made it. I don't think that's made a difference. We've got that 7400 there. I think I've got some of those, and I think I've got a couple of the op amps. I'll go and have a route in my stores and see what of the other ICs this uses. The only thing that I couldn't change out on it really is the GAL. because like I said, I don't have the code to program. I mean, I think I've actually got some of those gals blank, but what I don't have is the code to go on there to reprogram the gal to do what that one does. But I don't think the gal's at fault, because if the gal was at fault, I don't think the actual computer would recognise this as an ADLIB sound card. Yeah, I'm just going to pause the video and I'm going to have a scout round and see which of these ICs, the support ICs, this sound card's got on it, I've actually got, and we'll just try swapping them over. But I don't know now, since I've played Lemmings on both cards, it doesn't, I think that sounds, if not the same, very, very similar. But it sounds awful on other stuff, doesn't it? It doesn't sound pleasant. Right, I'll be back back as soon as I've had a hunt through what ICs I can find and see if we've got anything that we can actually do a little bit of extra testing with. So back in a bit. Okay, we're back, and unfortunately the only IC that I've got is basically this op amp here. What is it now? It's a TL027CP. It's not even a new one actually. That it's when I was playing around with that record player, which we will get back onto that record player. Building little preamps for that. It's one of the ICs I tried as a preamp for that. So I know this IC does work, but and it's not a new one. That is the only IC in here that I've actually got a replacement for offhand. Otherwise, what we've got a LM4562, I think, which I think's another audio op amp. Then we have a now what's that? Let me just get. I'm going to get my head in shot here, but it's a YM3014B. I did look that up earlier, and it's a digital analog converter. It's a little DAC. Again, I haven't got any of them in stock. I did have a quick look online, and they're not expensive. It's like £1.50 or something like that. So I'll probably order those two ICs. Like I said, I think that's about £1. I think that's about £1.50. So I can order those. Next we've got a 74LS245. Now I thought I had some of those here. These are brand new old stock, but these are 74F245Ns. So I don't know. I'm not going to try those because I think it probably has to be the LS version. What I will do, I will look up the data sheets and see what the difference in them is, and if there isn't any difference in the pinouts, we could at least try that. Not in this video, because this video is already getting quite long. So unfortunately, the only thing we can really try at the moment is that op amp there, that was it, the TL072, like I said, because we do have a replacement for that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop that out. We'll power the computer back and just see if that's made any difference. And at least then we've ruled out, you know, the actual OPL2 chip, you know, the YM3812 there, because that's a new chip. We'll have ruled that op amp out there. I'm sure I've got some 74 LS245s. I'm pretty certain I have somewhere. I'm just not finding them at the moment. Because when I think I've been, I changed a couple of them out when I was playing with Mildred's ashtray. I might even have to dig that out and swipe one back out of it and carry on playing with this. But for now, let's just swap out the one that I know I have got a replacement for, which is that. Although it is just an op amp, I can't see that being faulty, causing the issues that we're having. Thinking about it, what have we got here? Now that the 74LS245, if I remember correctly, is a buffer. I think the 245 is a bi-directional buffer, so it can buffer in either direction. So that is obviously probably buffering between the, I don't know, the Yamaha chip, the GAL, possibly. So if we had a fault there, could that cause us to have this? It honestly sounds like we're missing channels. I think there should be more to the sound than's actually coming through. Again, if it's that DAC there, could that be our fault? You know, if the digital analog converter there's not working correctly, could that be why it doesn't sound right? Suppose all we can do now, we'll give it a quick try with that new IC install, but like I said, I don't think it's going to make any difference. So pity I haven't found anything to replace that 245. So I will do a bit more research, see if they are exactly 100% pin compatible, and that would be a possible substitute, because I do know that those are new old stock. But otherwise, I'm going to have to be ordering a few more ICs. So I just hope the fault isn't in the GAL. I mean, hopefully I could contact who I bought this off and just get a new GAL off them. But I can't understand why I'm having this much problems with it. I mean, you saw I took anti-static precautions when I built it. I mean, I have even gone and put my strap on now just for changing these ICs over. Let's just try this. Right, we'll try Duke 2 again. That sounds a bit better, doesn't it? So did we just have a bad op amp? That definitely sounds more like what let's get through all this. Yeah, that's sounding a lot better. That's sounding more like what I was expecting an ADLIB sound card to sound like. So all we've done is change that. What is it? I'll put my glasses back on to see this. It's a TL072CP. That sounds right. Let's try something else. Let's get out of that. And we'll try Wolf 3D and see what that sounds like. I'll get you up on the screen. Right, so that's going to be in the different directory. Right, CD. That sounded much better though, didn't it? Wolf 3D. Oh. Right, let's see what this sounds like. Hopefully this is going to sound better. There we are. Much better. Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's what we wanted it to sound like. That's what ADLIB should sound like. Let's get a... Yeah, that's... don't know if some of the sound effects sound quite brilliant, but I don't know. It certainly sounds a lot better than it did. Yeah. Let's quit out of that. Just for curiosity's sake, and I'll do it nice and quick because I don't want to make this video too long. Oops. Don't want to make this video too long. I'm just going to shut it down again. And we will whip the OPL2 chip out, which I've just had to buy a new one for, and we'll put the original back in and just see. Because I'm guessing that there's actually nothing wrong with it, and it was just that little. I mean, what are these? 50p. Those op amps, and I think it was a brand. Yeah, it is. It's a new part that they'd supplied. So, one part that I really wasn't expecting to be faulty, looks like that was the fault, and it's a fluke. That was the only IC in here that I bloody had in. I actually had one. Right, let's stick the original OPL2 chip in, the old YM3812. There we go. It's in the right way and everything. That's all seated nicely. Let's switch back on. I suppose I better find a little bit of anti-static foam to stick the other one into. I've got a piece here. Oh, isn't that handy? We'll stick. I mean, it could be that that IC is still faulty and we had two faults, but we'll just stick that in a bit of anti-static foam and that can go into stock if it's okay. If this one's okay. Let's we'll load Wolf 3D back up. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. So we seem to have been scuppered by a 50p op amp. Well, like I said, the good thing is there's nothing wrong with the gal. A little bit annoyed that I've bought a, well, I'm not actually, I've just got 11 of these spare now. So there's 10 of these up in the attic somewhere, and I've got another one here now to add to the collection. I suppose having 11 of them, I better look at perhaps designing my own version of this and knocking 10 of them out. It might be a fun project to do that, actually make 10 of my own version of the ADLIB. But yeah, that looks absolutely fine. Sounds absolutely fine. Not bad at all. Yeah, so I'm quite pleased with the sound from that now. And you will see this sound card again. This sound card will hopefully, if we can get it working, will eventually be going in that Apricot Zen S that I bought recently. So that's the plan for it. Anyway, switch that off there. Yeah, the plan for it, that card is actually to go in my Zen S when that's all up and running. So it'll be basically being used for late 80s, very early 90s DOS gaming. That's what the entire idea behind that computer is. It's all going back to when I was at school, and a lad that I knew had basically a Zen S just like that one. that I put a sound card in it for him. That would have been in about 90, either very, very late 92 and 93. Apparently his dad had got it him from work when they'd upgraded the computers at work, and they sold them all off, and he bought it for his son to use for his schoolwork. And I'd given him a copy of, I think I'd given him a copy of Crystal Caves or something like that to play on it. And he was hooked, and after a while he said, is there any chance I could put a sound card in it for him? And I think I put a clone of an original. It was something cheap. I think it was about just under £30 or something, the sound card that I fitted, and it was like an original Soundbuster clone type card. I think it was 8-bit. It could have been a 16-bit card, but anyway, I'm trying to and I ended up giving him loads of all them type of games that had run on it. Remember lots of things like Commander Keen and the old Duke Nukems. I remember us trying to get it to run Doom, and we couldn't get it to run Doom because it only had, I think it was 2 megabytes of RAM in it, and Doom needed 4 megabytes of RAM. But I don't think Doom would have run very well on it. It did just about used to run Wolf 3D, a little bit jittery, but it did just about run that. Anyway, I'm waffling now. I hope you enjoyed this little follow-up to the little ADLIB sound card video. So it's nice to know we actually did manage to get it working. It's just a 50p op-amp seemed to have been faulty on it. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this little update. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.